What in the kid play is going on with my hair? Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Monday. um, I had nothing to do with you making it to Monday, but here we all are. And it is the day after Groundhog Day, the 3rd of February. Poe is, we decided Poe's birthday is Groundhog Day. So Poe is officially 1 years old. And here we are. Here we are. It's 2025 and 1 month is already gone. I mean, it's gone. It just happened, and it's poof. That's in the past now. You can't get to it unless you're Beth. you could if you can go back in your own head, but actually and observe. So, good evening, Mark, Phil, Mark. Another Monday night. Yeah, another one. Ray, Jason, Brandon, Mike, Christopher, Ron, Einar. Good to see you, Einar. Oh, I went and I made sure automatic live chat replay was selected in the setup just to be, extra double sure. Oh, man. Oh, now it's like more like Kramer hair, but that's okay. That's fine. This ain't no beauty contest, so we're good. Jay Stone's good to see you. Number one's here. Oh, my electric bill from the cold January is still to come. Really? We kept our temperature in the house set at, I think, like 67. I like it cold at night. Oh, pardon me. Oh, that was rude. 67. Normally, we used to bump it up to like 71, 70 during the day. I don't like it. I like it chilly in the house. I don't think our electric bill was that bad, but you got to look at an electric bill to know whether or not. Hello, Jesse. How much crawfish should I order for myself? 5 pounds. 5 pounds is an appetizer. I went to an official crawfish boil in Metairie, Louisiana, which is a suburb of Nolens. And we were with my wife's coworker and her boyfriend, husband, fiance, whatever he was at the time. They would eventually get married and make it legal, And we went to stay with her sister and her sister's husband in Metairie. And we went there, we showed up, and this guy was just like, he's just a man. His name was Ray, I believe. And he was like, just very effusive and Southern hospitality and all that. And he was just like, we're going to crawfish boil. So we went to someone's backyard and they had a canoe in the middle of the backyard, and the backyard was all mud. And they were boiling crawfish alive and then pouring them into this canoe, and we were eating them. I don't know how many I ate, but that was like a religious experience for me. It was like a core memory. I loved it. It was I don't think you could get more Louisiana than that. I don't think. And it was just wonderful. And that's the first time I had soft shell crab. And we had it. Soft shell crab was like as big as a dinner plate. And we're eating it. And Jill looks at me. She's holding up a fork with some yellow jiggly stuff on it. And she said, do I eat this? Do I eat this? I said, if it was in the breading, you eat it. You eat the whole thing. And she's like, I can't. So I ate her soft shell crab, and then I became addicted to soft shell crab. That just comes out. I don't know. So to answer crawfish, you should get like 20 pounds of crawfish. Robert, is this live? It is live. Live, and I just named you, and I said hi, so now you know it's live. There's proof of life. And if it wasn't live, then I would edit this hair out. I would edit Jeff out, too. What's up, Alan? Good to see you. Tim is here. Good to see you, Tim. You made me buy Wayward Girl Witchcraft. It's bad. I shouldn't have bought it, but I bought it. But it's your fault. Stephen Wayne Allison Jr. is here. Greetings and salutations right back at you. Kevin's here. You're wonderful yourself, Mr. Wonderful. Hell yeah, sounds like a good time. Crawfish boils are the same. Went to a crawfish festival here in Houston. It was the best You paid the entrance fee and tried everyone's crawfish from every tent. That's amazing. I hope it was super spicy. You 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 suck the juice out. Yeah, you throw it and you bite it and you suck it. You bite it and suck it. I mean, that's what the shirt says, right? I don't know what it says. There's a method to it. You pinch it and you pull all the meat out, and then you there's juice, there's liquid in the head part, and you just like you're just like, yeah. Well, let's check it with the magic duff bucket. There's no crawfish in here. There's not even a daiquiri or anything, but it's another. Got to get up to get down. Wiseacre. So, it's going to be fine. It's a Wiseacre milk stout. It's going to be fine. It's all okay. I got more Jeff Ward stout incoming. Don't I, Mitch? I haven't seen a shipping thing, but I have some supply coming with something else that's going to be very cool. So, but I don't see him. He ain't here tonight. Proof of live. Hey, Tim, get those tickets bought. To what? Get the tickets bought to what, Tim? What are you buying tickets for? I'm missing an episode of something. It's okay, though. It's all right. More brains. Oh, wow, yeah. You're not the only one that took a hit with the latest Hendrix. I bought 2 editions. I was going to buy the signed Waterstones UK edition, but it was sold out. Then I went and get the Barnes & Noble signed edition, and that I thought I was buying, but I just bought the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, and it wasn't signed. It's the unsigned Barnes & Noble exclusive. I feel naked with just this t-shirt. I feel like I need my purple suit jacket. This collar looks like crap. I'm a mess. You know what I could wear? Yeah, that's what I'll wear. Why didn't I do this before? No. There really is no before the show. And there is no after the show. There's just the show. And then there's just the part of the show I record. And then it rolls on. And just this little 90 minutes of my life gets captured with my best friends here. And we sit and we talk. But then the show keeps going right after I end it. It's not as interesting. I mean, there's a lull after the show where I got to take the garbage out. That's the Jeff Word after hours show where you just see me slouch out to the driveway and drag the cans out for the garbage guy the next day. Now I look like a high schooler. Whatever. This is this here. It's a 19th edition pin from Paul Michael Caine. There we got Meteor shit from Nocturnal Reader's Box. Meteor shit. Some patches. Then I got the Ring Girl right there. Screaming at you. Now you got 7 days. You're welcome. AuthorCon 5. Oh, okay. Williamsburg, VA. I should head out. I should head over there. I should get a bus. I should get like a Jeff Word bus, RV type thing. You'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see. Hendrix has fallen off my must-buy list. He's just way too YA. But Stephen Wayne Elsie Jr., I heard Witchcraft for Wayward Girls was good. Was one of his best. That's what I heard. Hey, David, good to see you. I usually enjoy his books, but I can see what you mean. I'll buy them tonight. Ticks for 2. Oh, you're bringing. Oh man, who are you bringing? Are you bringing Roman or are you bringing Tasha? Who are you bringing? Scares that care. Yes, it's going to be epic. Mike, you gonna arm wrestle Tim? You gonna? Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe it'll be better. Black Crow Books Edition. It ships from Broken Binding. Einar, why are you doing that to me now? Einar. Now I got to go look that up. Anyone see the new Nosferatu? I thought it was great. Um, I thought there's some. Yeah, I've been seeing some really great reviews, and then one person really didn't like it that I know of. So I want to see it. I I think I will like it. I think I will. Um, Nosferatu. I knew what you meant. Flash not yet, but I saw Companion, which was awesome. Companion. I never even heard of that movie. I mean, it's like that's me. That's my life. I never even heard of the movie. I almost went for that Black Crow edition, but didn't care for the UK cover, so went with the signed Barnes and Noble exclusive edition with the US cover. So I'm getting the same one, just no signature in it, which is like the only reason you would want one. But anyway, what's up, retrospective? Those special Black Crow end papers were pretty cool, though. Sweet. So we'll all die next week live on the Jeff Show. Well, yeah. I didn't want to spoil it, but the kid's gonna pop up out of a well in the backyard. And yeah, you'll probably see it. If me first, and then she'll come crawling right through the screen here into wherever you guys are at. You know, multiplying however many viewers are there that many times. Oh, we're watching Squid Game. Yeah, that's how behind we are, but that's fine. We're watching the first season so we could watch the second season. And I didn't think I'd like it. I thought, oh, this is some stupid, buzzy. Everybody was talking about it, so I hate it. You know, like that sort of attitude. And I really like it. I really do. I like the Squid Game. There's more story to it than I thought there'd be. I look like a slouch shoulder. I was just like, it's just a constant critique tonight. But I really like it. I really dig it. So we got a long way to go to catch up just to Nosferatu, then to Companion. There's a lot of viewing we have to do. You're giving the Walking Dude vibes with that jacket. I did have a Walking Dude button on it from 19th edition. And what was this? What? All right, is this like a Dead Zone tie-in pin? I thought it was. It's upside down. What was it? No, it's Randall Flagg. Look at that. Randall Flagg 2020. Oh. Okay, that's that. So yes, Walking Dude. I'm the Walking Dude. Among the Living, Anthrax, the Walking Dude. I love the movie. You love Nosferatu. That's cool. I got to see it. I want to. Whether I like it or not. You know, hey, Claire Kelly, good to see you. Good evening. Speaking of the Walking Dude, segue to the stand delays. Oh my God. Should we like I don't even know where that is anymore. Did they put it on their site? Let me see. Did they put it up on the production update page? Or was that was just Dan? Updated January 10th. It was really ridiculous. I mean, I could give you it's another excuse. Dan Franklin stepped up to the mic and said, "Hey, we got the books. They're in hand, but we're waiting on the cases because there's some drama at the enclosure makers." The drama is probably, "Where's our effing money, Dickie Chiz? You give us our money, we'll give you the cases." That's probably the drama. He's like, "Oh, well, we're dealing with some drama over there. I hope they can get their shit together. Otherwise, we're not going to get the cases till April." And I'm like, April's tomorrow compared to how long everybody's been waiting. So that to me wasn't like, oh, a real big deal. If you've been hanging on, I mean, I've only been hanging on for 7 years now. So it's not that long. There are some that have been hanging on for 11 years. And April is pretty close. I mean, February, March, April. And he's like, we're hoping they get their stuff together, but they probably won't. Spoiler alert, Dan. I've seen this movie countless times over every year. This movie always ends the same way. The Cemetery Dance doesn't get the book, and they don't get the books out. And meanwhile, he's giving away signed magazines to people who bought his dreck, his drivel, his memorials, his other bullshit. And so I don't know when we're going to get those editions of The Stand, but I'm waiting. I'm sitting there, and I have it on order 2 times, and I better get both of them. And I think they just need to pay the ransom to get the books. And he's probably telling them, well, I can't get you this until who knows? I don't know. I don't care. I mean, that's the thing. I don't care. I don't know, and I don't care. At this point, it's just bullshit. And kind of, it's not even that entertaining anymore. Nope. Once he breaks my arm, I won't be able to carry my books. Tim, boom. So you're saying it's going to be Tim if that happens. Okay, well, we'll update the betting odds in Vegas. Good evening, Lance. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, JJ's here. Squid Game is amazing. That's good to hear. We just saw the Tug of War episode. It's only 9 episodes. I think we got 3 more. I don't know, 2 more. I don't know how many more, but I'm really digging it. I really think it's a good show. It's smarter. It's not smarter. It's just more. It's deeper than I thought it would be, but so that's really cool. I really like it. I'm shocked. Okay, where are we at? Squid Game season 2 is very good so far. Oh, that's good to know. I'm shocked Third Rule from Fantasia Press is not sold out yet. I know. I am definitely going to get to that. I will. I promise you. Me too. I thought with all the sci-fi guys it would go quick. You would think. I mean, that's where they live, right? And here's a Fracassi title. Maybe the Fantasia crowd is just so old school. Maybe they are all, we want the old stuff, the classics, the old school sci-fi, and this is too new. I don't think that's the case. I am shocked. Hopefully, when the book comes out, the trade edition, people get it. They get as jazzed about it as I am, and they start to seek out other editions. I think it'll be gone by then. I don't think it's going to hang on till the trades arrive. The trade arrives, but yeah. Same. I didn't see Squid Game until early 2024. Season 2 was decent. Okay. Tickets bought. Roman's coming with, and my older son will hang at the hotel during the event. We'll adventure in Williamsburg together, though. That's awesome, Tim. That's awesome. I think the Stand info was on Facebook. Yeah. I should look that up. The Stand will not be in your hands until 2026 at the earliest. I predict that. I don't think so, Stephen Wynn. I think it'll be summer. I think they'll get it in April. I think it'll be summer. I don't know. But we keep getting emails about free gifts. I got a last chance at free gifts today. I know. April 2026. Why do you think they just dropped that signed Gwendy's omnibus to pay overdue bills? Duh. Yeah, I mean, that's true. So that's gonna the next thing they poop out is gonna be the Stand. That's the next thing. So all the money coming in from all this other bullshit is gonna push that one out. But was Gwendy Omnibus? Was that a Cemetery Dance book, or was that a Scribner title? Yeah. I went to their homepage, reading Stephen King. You could buy Richard Chismar's book reports about Stephen King books. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know that Gwendy. Well, yeah, the Gwendy books were CD editions, so I don't know. It doesn't matter. Again, it doesn't matter. Where are we at? After the stand, I have to wait on Pet Cemetery as it was part of the package deal. Oh, so you did the package deal in like what 2014? Or you did the one they did one in 2018 where you could buy the stand and Pet Cemetery at the same time. I just opted for the stand. I said I'll get Pet Cemetery later. I had fully intended to get Pet Cemetery. I just didn't want to drop down all that money all at once. And so I realized I wouldn't get the savings of buying the bundle price, but I was willing to do that. And boy, am I glad I did. Even though Pet Cemetery is one of my absolute favorite Stephen King books, and I think it is one of his best books in that it's the most perfect one. There are better stories that don't end as well or meander or get too bloated or whatever, but I think Pet Cemetery was a very focused. It's a great book. I mean, from start to finish, it's tight and it's on point, and it's got a ton of some of the worst scares in any Stephen King book is in Pet Cemetery. Probably his scariest book for me. Zelda was awful, and I just thought that was amazing, and it has the best last sentence in any Stephen King book. I always say, so it hurt me to pass on it. I did want a deluxe edition, but whatever, we all got to grow up sometime. My guess will be May, June 2026. You have to pledge your allegiance to Randall Flagg to get the stand. My life for you. My life for you. I was planning on buying, but the exchange rate killed my budget. Super bummed that tariff threats and plummeting dollars is marshing my mallow. Yeah, I know. I think Third Rule hasn't sold out yet because no one has heard of it outside of the freaks and a few others. My video on Third Rule review got some good views. I was a little surprised. And I shared it on Small Press or Sign Limited Awesome. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I thought it was going to be gone. I really did. I thought that was going to sell out by the time I went live tonight. It was going to be gone. So it is weird, but it's all because of our perspectives, right? It's like, at least for me, it's huge. And it's like, how can you miss this book? You can't miss this book. And if I'm going to go for it, that means everybody else is going to want it. I have the same feeling for the Broken Binding edition next Sunday. I just feel like it's going to sell out. And, it's shocking to see how long these things hang in there. Do I think a lot of people will get FOMO later? Yeah, I think they will. But we'll see. Anyone get the old CDCC set from years ago? Suffer the Children and two others. Looks like glued bindings, not sewn. I've seen pictures, Alan. I saw pictures and they look like shit. That Suffer the Children looks like absolute print on demand garbage. And I said the one thing Cemetery Dance always had. I just read Cardinal Black by Robert McCammon. I just read it and I was holding that book. I'm like, this is a quality book. I mean, it's not their best edition, but it is really a great, solid, beautiful book. I thought it was very well done. And I'm like, you know what? The books take forever, but when they show up, they impress and you're happy you have them. Not anymore. Not anymore. When they did Gothic, the print on demand thing, and it was sort of a bait and switch with Philip Fracassi, where he didn't know they were going to start to toy around with the format and they're going to do print on demand. That was the beginning of the end, where you knew you're not even going to get the same quality. Like, you're going to get the product late, years and years and years late, and it's not even going to be good. Like, Suffer the Children. I bought that forthcoming grab bag in 2018. It was the 2018 forthcoming grab bag. So I might have even purchased it in 2017 or whatever. Either I bought it in 2018 or 2017, and none of those books came out. One of them was Suffer the Children, and they're finally making good on it, and they're cutting corners. They're trying to like get those books checked off. But if you get it now and you see what it looks like, I saw a picture of it, and it reminded me of this book. Stuff all over in here. Trust me. It reminded me of this book. So this was an impulse buy for me because of Russell Coombs, and it's Swedish Cults by Anders Fager. And I bought it, and I had to get another one. Here's the other one because the binding was so janky, and it was like, I think this is the broken one. If not, the other one's the broken one. I was like, what in the hell is going on here? It's like, you see that where it's just coming apart? That's what Suffer the Children looks like. Like I sent it back, and the new one, oh man, it's so weird doing this mirror mode thing. The new one is attached better, but still, this is all just sort of the only thing holding this book together is the paste down pages that are taped to the sides here. That's the only thing holding the book together. And so I asked for another one. I'm sorry, my nose is itchy. I don't know. That happens. But yeah, so that's what and Gothic was kind of like that. I was really pissed that they messed up Gothic. I didn't like that at all. That cut to the bone. The Suffer the Children from CD looks like an on-demand print. Yeah. Jeff, be real, like us, and maybe the rest of your family watch, and maybe what? The original Pet Sematary was one of the best adapted Stephen King movies. It was. No fair. Just think how much they have to pay to ship out all those copies of The Stand. Yeah, I know. Shipping is to go up since they put it up for sale. I know. 2014 was when I did the plan for all the books after Carrie. Jesus. Has Alex mentioned how many has sold? I don't know. I'd love to know. Maybe Diana will tell us. I don't know. I don't know what you're getting at, Stephen Whitehouse Jr. with Jeff. Be real, like us, and maybe the rest of your family watch. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I'm not really getting the word out, is what you're saying about Third Rule, and it's basically this group here, 30 of us, and my family. That's not going to sell 750 copies, but I would like to know how many are left. Maybe I will buy another one, and then get FOMO prices later. I'm not like that, but maybe I will, and I might get two. Yes, you might. I had to get a replacement Suffer because they didn't bind it properly, and the pages were separate from the cover. Yep. What'd you retract, Tim? Is Fantasia Press limiting copies to order? No. You could buy 4, I think. I don't know. You could probably buy multiple. I didn't realize that the hardback from CD was so limited. Have you seen what that thing is selling for? So hard to find. Are you talking about Gothic? Yeah, they didn't make that many hardcovers. I actually don't believe those are supposed to be fully glued. I think the weird floating is purposeful. Really? Well, they sent me another one, and oh no. Okay, so this was the broken one. You see how that's totally coming off. See that? This was the one that I sent a picture of, and they're like, oh well, yeah, we'll replace that because that is really bad. I mean, you could throw some archival or some archival quality glue in there and paste it down. But you're probably right. It does float a little bit, which is just not, I don't think, a good long-term book. Hey, happy Monday, Philip's here. Good to see you, Philip. Good to see you. Um, just talking about all the stuff. We're talking about this, man. Um, yeah, we're talking about Fantasia. Do you have any word on how many sold? Are we close to a sellout? I would think we should be, but I'm an idiot, you know. This is awesome. This is so awesome. I did the review, the book review. Hopefully that gives some people an idea of what to expect. I was provocative with that thumbnail line, better than 11/22/63, because you gotta be, you gotta be bold. You gotta be bold. That's all. Hey, Zach's here. Good to see you. It's good to see you. Anyone get their Swan Song yet? I got to notice it shipped. So did I. Mine's going to be coming soon. Swan Song Classic edition, if you will. And I haven't heard about sales. I'm sure there are plenty left. 750 is a huge run. Serafina was 750. It's sold out. It is a big run. It is. To be fair, it's a big run. I bet you, well, I don't know. I don't know enough, but maybe at 500 it would have sold out. See, the funny thing is, the rub of it all is if you have less, it'll sell faster, not just because there's less and therefore you hit that final number quicker, but because psychologically people like, there's less, I need to buy it now. So it'll sell out faster because everybody will rush, and if you even have 10 copies left and it looks like it's still for sale, people don't feel as pressured. But I had to get it as soon as that went live. And the live, it went live in a messy way. The link went live a full day before it was supposed to go public. And word got spread on a Cemetery Dance forum, and I'm sure it got shared, and the people who were interested were buying early, which is fine because it didn't sell out. It would have been a total disaster if it sold out a day early. You would have had a lot of angry people because they weren't told, Yeah, Mike, did you get a hardcover Gothic? No one in my family took my advice and bought one either. Mine is due on the 8th. I can't wait to get mine. I just bought a second copy, one to read and one to shelve. That's nice. You're gonna be sitting on fat cash later on. Just picked up Serafina. I'm glad I got it. Looking forward to the Radical Folio slipcase from Jake. Yeah, that is cool. That is a cool slipcase for Night of the Long Knives. I just got my Night of the Long Knives too. I'll share it with you in a moment. That early pre-order of Third Rule surprised me. Yeah. Since it was the only US hardcover, we went bigger on the run. If Orbit had done it as a hardcover, it would have been a much shorter run. Very cool. And that is very appreciated as well, because I like hard. I mean, I wanted a hardcover. Not that a paperback of a great story is a problem, but I'm a hardcover guy. So I understand that decision. And it will sell out. Like it will sell out for Alex and Diana over there at Fantasia for sure. It's not in doubt. And then it's going to be the same old thing where I told everybody about it, and then they missed out and they feel bad once it's gone. Finally, a true press Swan Song. Yes. Yeah, I have one. I was browsing the other night and seen them listed at 206 and was surprised. Yeah. There is also 2 variations on that hardcover. One that Mitch has, so we got to go get Mitch drunk and then sneak into his closet and take it. It's the shiny library case edition of Gothic. Very few of those were made. Very few. And the other ones were like that matte, non-glossy hardcover. But if you can get a shiny, I would keep my eye. It's like a Pokemon, really. It's like a shiny variant of Pokemon. If you have ever had any kids that played Pokemon, they have a shiny variant. So that's one to look for. And Mitch has one. And he got it for cheap. He paid less than $200. They're going up, and that's fine. I'm not like I'm going to sell them, but um, I thought Dark Harvest and Subterranean both did a very nice job on Swan Song, so much so that I ended skipping Suntup. Yeah, I have this Subpress edition, and it's lovely. It's beautiful. I don't doubt I'm gonna like the classic edition from Suntup more. I don't doubt it. I think Third Rule will take a little longer to sell out than Serafina just because the price is much higher. The price is higher, but it's science fiction, and there are more science fiction fans. Since I am Sabbath level Patreon supporter of Phillips, like several of you, I flexed my perk and picked up a copy 24 hours before it went public. The perks are worth it. Work the perk. I wasn't home when I saw the release of Third Rules. Glad it was available 12 hours later. I was worried I was going to be. Yeah, it's a good thing. You know, I'm glad the people who want it are going to get it. And the real fans will. Being a Sabbath member has been completely worth it. Just sad we can't get ARCs anymore, but still a great value. Yes. Me too, but I went back for the site to the site later that evening and they had the book listed on the site's homepage. Yeah, I know. It was just right there on the public page. Pretty sure I pre-ordered the paperback Third Rule. That's the only reason I'm not ordering a hardcover. Yeah, the paperback is the trade edition, so it'll be just like this, except many more of them, and it won't be an ARC. It won't have that advanced review copy on the front. So I've listed in my newsletter all the places you can go to get a signed. You can go to Artifact Books. You can go to Mysterious Galaxy to get a signed first edition Third Rule. So you can also go to Underbrush to get a Third Rule with a book plate. I like the book plates and I like the direct signed editions. I like to collect the book plates as well. So I would recommend you get one of each, whatever you want to do. So get a signed first edition, support the local bookstores that Philip visits, and everybody wins. Everybody goes home happy. And so yeah, and then there's the Broken Binding edition, which will be a week later. So next week, this Saturday or this Sunday, I'm going to be terrified. I need to get that. I need to get the Broken Binding edition. There's no choice in the matter on that. Broken Binding Third Rule is when again for the public sale. I think the 9th. Yeah, the 9th at 12 Greenwich Mean Time, whichever, 12 in the UK. And they're 6 hours ahead. At 6 in the morning, right? From East Coast time, 5 in the morning. Wow, for Central. Right? I'm not sure. Just double check. I don't know, but I believe that's the case. You're going to be up early. I bought it way before it was supposed to be listed. Yeah, I won't sleep all week until that BB is bought. 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 7 a.m. That's not bad. It's not bad. February 9th, 7 a.m. You're going to ruin it for future releases on other authors. Anyone submit an essay to Jared? I gave him one for March. Oh, I didn't. I should have. Why didn't I? I should have. I ordered the paperback of Third Rule from Amazon last July. It should show up mid-March. Yeah, I think I don't know if I ordered one from Amazon. I like to order one right away to get those healthy sales right out the bat. So I usually do it, and that's why I end up with a lot of trade editions. Sometimes, like, it's just a thing. And then I'll read it. That'll be my reading copy. I'll take it to the beach, read it at the beach. I'm surprised that CD is saying they'll have Gwendy out this summer. Well, I'm not, because here's the thing. Richard Chizmar only cares about Richard Chizmar, and that's all Richard Chizmar. So he's not going to give a one tiny kernel of corn shit about anything else. I'm just going to be so happy when I have this stand on my shelf. That's like going to be closure for me. I still do have books they'll owe me, but they're like negligible. Like they don't even, like, the one is just a joke. It's from 2013, my pre-order. So we're 12 years now. I don't even care. Like, it's fine. But I do want it as sort of like a bitter joke. But really, it's the stand. That's the only thing I really care about. The extras became gifts. Yeah, Chiz prints his stuff fast. Are you done with CD after Doubleday series? I'm done. I'm done after the stand. So once I get the stand, and I will have turned down the lights, the artist edition of that I don't. They're never going to do it. But I have the stand, and then I did buy this book club thing they did. It was 6 books that they get to pick. They owe me 2 more on that, but I already got the other 4. So they owe me 2 of those. They do owe me 2 books because I was part of the Cemetery Dance Collectors Club, and they did Collector Club exclusive books that I didn't really pay for. So I don't care about those either. It's just the stand. And then I can walk away feeling good, like, that I didn't get shafted. I had Mindy cash me out at the end of 2023. Wow, yeah, Jesse, if it's available, I'm buying it. Yeah, that's right. I mean, if it's there, how can you not? I think lots of folks have cashed out. Years is a long time to wait. I did cash out on a number of other books that I bought from him. I don't remember all of them, but one was Flight or Fright, the artist edition. Another was Tomorrow's Journal. I don't know why I bought that. It was just something that sounded cool, and I bought it, and it's still not out. Flight or Fright, the edition I bought, is still not out. So all the ones I canceled, those were great ideas. Oh, Shivers, like 7 or 8. The signed Richard Chizmar Shivers 8, or whatever number it was, that's still not out. These are all books that I canceled, and I don't regret because they never saw the light of day. These tariffs were about to force me to cancel some books I really wanted if they asked for more cash. I doubt anybody, if you've paid for a book, would ask for more cash, because that's just bad business. I couldn't see a company doing that. I could see them, yes, raising prices in anticipation of material costs going way up. I could see that. Like the Midworld book that was $100 is now $115 because he's anticipating increases in materials. Sure, yeah, I could see that. But if you've paid for it and they're like, "Well, you got to pay more," that's like Barry Hoffman stuff. That's like Gauntlet. That's like Gauntlet bullshit. That would be nobody would do it. Nobody would pay. They just cancel, and then you just lose whatever money you had in. But I could be wrong. There are a lot of assholes out there. So I just canceled both versions of Seasons of Terror from CD. I will never get done because it depends on Simon and Schuster to publish the first edition. And they have 2045. Wow, for the date on Amazon. Wow. Wow. That is amazing. I ordered the King signed original Gwendy's, and that one has never been done. So they better not do the signed version of this first. Oh my God. God, they just shafted so many people for so long. Most of his stuff he doesn't publish. He knows he can't do it, so he goes elsewhere. Gallery books, publish memorials. No, I think he was going after those big trade deals. Like he got paid $500,000 for 2 books. He's not going to be able to pay himself that. He'll make far less publishing himself because he's not going to get the promotion, the demand, and the reach that Gallery gets, because Gallery is a big 5. So they gave him a shot, and then he hustled to promote himself to get on the New York Times bestseller list so he could keep that gravy train rolling. But he doesn't have to do. They had that budget where they could give him $500,000 as an advance on his royalties to get going. So he couldn't walk away from a guaranteed $500,000 or more. They said mid 6 figures. So I assume that meant 500,000. I bet CD had a ton of cancellations after DRP went dark. Yes, sir. I bet you they did. I mean, that really shook people up. I don't know why. It's sort of, you could see it coming. Just like CD, I'm not going to lie. You could say, well, you have orders with CD. You could see it. It's very, very feasible. But so many small presses have gone belly up. Like, I'm not even a collector that goes that far back, but there's other ones like Delirium, or I don't know. There's other presses that shafted all their customers and just went totally radio silent. And it's not unusual. I got my cash part back from CD, and now I have 150 in credit because I partially paid with credit. Ugh, that sucks. Conversation Tree was having internal conversations about the pre-orders. Really? What were they? Me buying books from publishers in the States are numbered if the prices go up. The shipping is already killing most of the fun for me. Oh, I'm sorry. It's been heading that way all the way since the start of the beer disease. I'm at peace with it. I just hope more of my favorite writers go for SST and others in Europe. SST is your savior in that case. Because I couldn't imagine if you're collecting books and you don't have somebody who can do a bulk deal or a dealer over there that you can get sort of like the rights to the same books in the series and all that. I don't blame you. It's hard. I don't even know how you're watching this show right now, actually, with the time difference and all of that. So you must really, 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 really love books. And kudos to you, and cheers to your health and continued prosperity for all of you, really. SST rocks. Paul's such a good dude. Hey, Paul's birthday was yesterday or today. Time's melting for me. So cheers, Paul Fry. Cheers to Paul Fry. I hope Paul's mom is doing okay. I know. I feel so bad for that guy, man. I do. And yeah. I hope his mom's all right. And that's what I did. I wrote on his wall. I said, I hope you have a happy, triumphant 2025. And I didn't want to talk about all the trauma, all the stuff he's gone through, all the turmoil, because who wants to be reminded about that? But I just, wanted to extend good vibes, good wishes for 2025. But I do hope things work out as well as they can for as long as possible. So yes. So yes, we again, this is a Fantasia Press with the official thumbnail holes right there. The thumbers. You could thumb it up your book, stick a thumb in it, and it's cloth bound slipcase. Nothing on it. Nothing on it. Beautiful wraparound dust jacket. I'm just getting you pumped for Third Rule from Fantasia. You know, um, beautiful. Philip Jose Farmer here. Even got a Philip going on to get you ready for the Fracassi. Some nice end papers. It's a quality book, and this is like, I don't know what year this book was made. What am I, a librarian? This is a nice quality book. Made in what year was it? Copyright. Is that really 1983? Is that what it says? Copyright 1983 by Philip Jose. Oh, the book is copyright. Oh no, it's a first edition. So this book is from 1983. I bought it when Alex Berman decided to throw the lights back on and fire up the warehouse. And he's like, "Hey, I got all this leftover stock. Who wants a piece of science fiction history, brand new, a brand new piece of history?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sign me up." And I bought 6 books, and it's signed. And I still have to read Philip Jose Farmer. Never have. And here's the signature. It's even numbered. Boom, Philip Jose Farmer. He's got 3 names, and each name gets a line. And he even does the 1L, just like Philip Fracassi. So I'm just like, I have faith in what Fantasia Press is doing. And Third Rule is only a paperback in trade. And this is a hardcover. It has Francois Vaillancourt art. I mean, there's really not a whole lot else it could have to bring it all together. I mean, maybe a Jeff Terry intro would have been the cherry on top. But you know what? I can just sign it myself and hand it to myself and say, "You're welcome," and write a little intro that I staple into the pages. Maybe I'll buy 2, and one will be the Jeff Word edition. So I'm like, man, there are going to be a lot of people who regret passing. It's a fantastic book, man. God damn. Seriously, out of all the Pauls, he's the one I would most like to meet. Paul Fry, Paul Miller, Paul Suntup, Paul Goblersh. I'd like to meet them all. I really would love to. Built into a green Volvo. You shall be without a Washington, D.C., New York City, Huntington, West Virginia, and all in Chicago shall evacuate then the 32,523 in branded barcode law, the Omnibar. What in the? No one taking the Omnibar go to heaven. Wow. Wesley, you brought the crazy in. Did you carry it in a suitcase, or is it in like a Ziploc bag? You bought a whole bunch of built into a green Volvo. Did you say something before that, or did you just start mid crazy? Because I like it. I mean, I like the crazy. Bring in the crazy. I hope that this doesn't, like, this chat doesn't end up in like Secret Service evidence or something, like you're threatening stuff. You shall be without a Washington, D.C., New York City, Huntington, West Virginia, and all in Chicago shall evacuate. Well, they're leaving anyway because of Pritzker and Brandon Johnson. Let's go, Brandon. Everybody's leaving. And the Omnibar sounds like a cool place that plays Rammstein. Du hast Mensch. Heimenscheiße. Okay, so anyway, thank you for the crazy. Does Fantasia Mylar? No, they don't. Thumb up your book. Let's put that on a t-shirt. There was a guy, he's on a YouTube channel, and he's a gun guy, and he shot this 50 caliber gun, and he was shooting these super hot reloads. They were way too packed, and it exploded, and it sent a piece of metal right through his neck, and he was bleeding out. And this guy's like, made of better stuff than me, and he stuck a thumb in it to stem the bleeding, And then he drove himself to the hospital and he lived. And they said, if you didn't jam your thumb into your open wound, you would have died. Thumbs are your friends. Wesley, if this is, I don't know if you're in the wrong room. Maybe, I mean, if you're warning the world about a disaster, then I don't know if you should do it on this channel. I'm not the main character, if that's the thing. If you're thinking I'm the main character, I'm not. Never was. No, never was. Wasn't even a good sidekick. I've only got one Fantasia press. I refuse to say I've only got one PP principle, and it's got Mylar. Well, this one didn't. None of the ones I have do. So play dumb. Thank you, because that you think I'm playing dumb, but that's my ultimate super weapon. They're like, he can't be that dumb. He's just playing dumb, or is he? See, my naivete and ignorance has carried me thus far. But it, I can't be the main character that way. Hey, Jeff, congrats. You made Justin Trudeau's boycott list. Did I? I hope so. I hope so. I want him to boycott so hard he man-cots. Has anybody read Sundiver? I'm tempted to order that one from Fantasia. No, I've not read Sundiver. And it's a good thing they brought that DJ art back around from the AI. That's good that they did that. But no, I have not read it. What a tragedy that happened in DC last week. Yes. And I wasn't even talking about that. Like, that is a tragedy, and it's terrifying. It is terrifying. We could do without a Huntington, West Virginia. It's a shithole. Oh man. Those are not the opinions of the channel. I have a well-read paperback of Sundiver here. I really liked it and read it multiple times back in the day. Seriously considering that PP edition as well. Ordered my agonizing resurrection of Frankenstein for Cairo Terra. Received my bad brains from Centipede. I received my bad brains from genetics and abuse. I wanted bad brains. I should have got bad brains. I mean, I have the cipher. I should do that. Kentucky Ballistics. Jill, he knew who I was talking about. Mr. Weapon. He knew it was Kentucky Ballistics. That's right. I didn't recall the name of the channel, but it wasn't like within reaching distance, But yes, you're 100% correct. If I would have spent some time going through the old file cabinet, but I didn't think that was important. But yes, Kentucky Ballistics. That's funny. That video of Kentucky Ballistics exploding his 50 cal is insane. I would recommend it. It just shows you, like, even the people with the deepest experience in firearms, you can't play fast and loose. You can't just take these super hot loads like, hey, let's you can't gamble with that stuff. It's an explosion that's going off right by your face, Where's Mitch? I told Mom he would be here. He's grounded. Started Kin last night. Okay, Kevin, that is the next book. Kin is the next book. It edged out the competition by like 10%. So it's going to be Kin. I'm going to call KPB. And I'm going to say, hey, Keelan, get off of Threads. He's on Threads all the time. And get off of Threads and head over and let's talk about fictitious horror for just a little bit. And leave the real world horrors, alone. And come on over and let's talk about Papa in Gray. Cool. What's up, Jeff? How's it going? Hardcover fanatic. You're reminding me. Oh my God. Today I said I'm going to respond to Joshua's message. I'm going to do it today before I go live so that he can't catch me off guard. And holy shit. Good to see you. Good to see you. What's the latest with Jeff Con? Okay, so this is my bad news. My girlfriend is a pilot at the airline involved and is also based in DC. Oh man, Zach, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Well, good, good. But still devastating for everybody in the industry and all the families, and I can't imagine. As for Jeff Con, the venue told me I can't have the day that I want. And I'll tell you, it is a government-owned facility, and I want it there. I really, really want it there. So this week I'm gonna go there because they said you cannot have it on that day. If you'd like another day, we'll give you another form. I'm like, can you just? And I wrote back immediately that I really want it there. Can I have it there? Can you give me a new date? What dates will work? Do I have to push it to September, November? What do I got to do? Because I really do want it there. And they didn't write back because it's a government employee. So I got to go in there and get in, be as polite and as happy as I can be in front of them and work with them and get a date nailed down. And then I will tell. It was October 25th, 2025, and then it's just dead. So I'm going to try again, and if not, I'm going to put something together, and we're all just going to have a good some shits and giggles at a bowling alley somewhere. I don't know. We're going to go to the aquarium, maybe. Just go to a Starbucks and hang out. I don't know. I'm gonna work it out and try to have something worth coming to, and yeah. So I will let you know. How do you get the new Hendrix on accident and then pass on Bad Brains? I don't have $100. The new Hendrix was $27. I've been shooting guns all my life, and that video scared the living daylights out of me. Yeah, well, it does. It's sort of like if you're a dog trainer or somebody who loves dogs, and then you see a video of this dog suddenly turned on its owner and ripped her throat out, you're like kind of looking at your dog. Are you ever going to do that? I think we have a good thing going, man. I think it's good. I think it's all love. But do I really know you? You know, it's sort of like you read a few serial killer books and you're like, do I really know anybody? Anybody? Read A Happy Marriage by Stephen King. A Good Marriage, A Good Marriage. It's interesting. It's based on Dennis Rader, the BTK killer. So, my worst gun accident was with a BB gun. I almost shot my eye out. Yes. You got to be careful. You got to wear the gear. I saw somebody had his red dot sight fly off the slide and hit his glasses. Anything can happen. Oh, we don't need bad news. I know. Different day then. I'm going to try for a different day, but I need to make it work for as many people as possible. And yeah, so I'm aiming for the same venue with a different day. And if I can't get it, then I will work fast to get something that's at least got some charm to it, because this place got the charm. In Chattanooga, yeah. Well, nearby Chattanooga, yes. Is it a state prison? Sound like it's a state prison. I wanted to do that. There's a state asylum in Nashville, I think, but not. I'm not going to go that far from home. But yes, no, it's not. It's not state prison. Close, dude. You're seriously rolling the dice for an event like your fest at a location that is at the whims of this government. Yeah, never going to happen. Well, we'll see. It's not the federal government, it's local government. My doggo is the best. She wouldn't eat me. Cats, on the other hand. Yeah. The dude in front of me in high school was a weirdo. He kept asking me what I think would happen if he took a shotgun to the local mall. He was one scary bloke. Wow. You know, I've said a lot of stupid, crazy things in my past, and I've known a lot of people who said a lot of stupid, crazy things. And never once did I think anybody would ever do that. But I did have one friend that was, and you know those people, like you could tell there's a subtext. Like, they're really kind of getting off on what they're saying right now, not just like having a funny conversation. As long as Omni bars are for sale at the merch tables. Oh, we're selling so many Omni bars. The problem is you can't get into heaven. So that's like you're going to have to sign a thing where you're like, well, I can't get into heaven, but you're going to have an Omni bar. Don't know what's in an Omni bar. Is it a bar of gold? I don't know. We got a vendor. His name's Louis Cipher, and he's coming to sell them. And he's telling me I can't. I got to evacuate. But I'm like, I already did, dude. Already did. Omni bars. We'll look. We'll look. I think that Wesley flew in here, he crop dusted us with that crazy. None taking the Omni bar. So you got to take the Omni bar. Where? Is it a suppository? It's an Omni bar. Sounds like a deal to me. Better beer in hell. You know, sometimes I would sit there in church when I was a little boy, an altar boy, no less, stealing donuts. I'd sit there and go, if these people are all going to heaven, do I want to go to heaven? If these priests and nuns that are complete assholes to me are the exemplars of true faith, am I faithful? Because they're kind of rotten humans. And I see a lot of bullshit with these churchgoers. I don't know. It gives a kid a thing or two to think about. Just a thing or two. And then you start to think, all the people you're having the best laughs with, some of the nicest people are metalheads, and they're listening to this music and they're told they're going to go to hell for what they believe and think. It's like, well, they're kind of fun. You got to think about the population. And then I always wondered, if you're this pure, like I'm saving all of my junk for heaven, I'm saving all of that sort of, all that stuff because that's a sin and you can't get into heaven if you do that sin. Then when you get to heaven, do you get to do that stuff? Like what? Like once you're in heaven, is like, get out of my way. I already made it. There's double jeopardy, or there's laws against double jeopardy. I can't get kicked out. Like, do you smoke a J up there? Like, what do you do? Can you do all the stuff that you were forbidden to do on earth once you get up there? It doesn't sound like it. So if you're up there and you're uptight for all eternity, see, that's the thing. They didn't sell this to me. They didn't sell the package deal. What are you getting? Like, what are you buying with a life of sacrifice? What do you get? Eternal happiness. Okay. That's cool. I like that. I like that better than eternal suffering. But can I get some of the details? Like, you go to buy a limited edition book and it's like, it's a hardcover and it's $300. Okay. Well, I need more than hardcover for a $300 purchase, my friend. You got to tell me it's a really nice one. Okay. All I'm going to say is that the church needed better marketers. I've had at least 3 friends a long time ago that will someday either put me on a witness stand or an episode of Dateline. Oh, you're sharing too much information. This is the internet, Stephen Wayne Nelson Jr. Nothing goes away. So do not confess to anything here. Omnibar sounds like a Willy Wonka thing. It sounds like it could also be a Rammstein song. Omnibar. It's wunderbar. Ich tu de way, even though it's like ich tu de vie. I forgot how he says it. But Ich tu de way is is one of my favorite songs. And I read the English translation to it. It's a brutal, bloody song. Love it. Ich tu de way. Did I play it for you guys? I thought I did. We're not going to do that tonight. Wrong. No gods, but insane gods. I think if you were immortal, you'd be. I mean, hopefully you're equipped with better material than I got, because I don't think I can handle being immortal. I had the same epiphany when I was a teen in church. You just sit and wonder. You're like, what you're telling me is great. And like, I want to, like, I'm there because by default, I've been born into this life. And you kind of got me, I've taken a lot of this as truth without question. Now I got a couple of questions. And every time you ask something, you don't get an answer. So it kind of bums me out. If there is something like a heaven and not just the void, then yeah, they 100% could 86 someone whenever. It's like the Hoff. They can still boot you after you're in. Really? Still like the house of what? HOF. What is HOF? The double listens to smooth jazz, by the way. Smooth jazz, WNUA. There was a little sliver of my life, a tiny little sliver of my time on this planet, on this dirt ball, as a sinner, where I listened to WNUA. Hall of Fame. Oh, it's like the Hall of Fame. They could still boot you after you're in. What do you got to do to get kicked out of heaven? That would be a great story. I'm going to write a short story about getting kicked out of heaven. What do you have to do to get kicked out of heaven? If you did your whole life, like you're like, I lived to 89 and I did the 10 commandments down to the last letter. I believed the Bible word for word. I didn't even consider it's an interpretation or it's meant for illustrative to get a point across. I believe that everything they said actually happened. And I made it to heaven. I made it to the VIP portion of heaven. What are you doing up there that you're going to get kicked out? I would like to know that. I would like to know that. $350 for the Dean Koos from Charnel House was too much. Hardcover, but that's about it. Oh, oof. After Israel fills up the planet, the Gentiles part really comes into play, taking care of the whole universe. Well, if that's the case, it sounds like we got a lot of jobs. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I'm not. Please, no Rammstein karaoke tonight, Jeff. Du hast Mensch. Christopher Moore's Lamb was the best gospel written. Gospel of Biff. Hit all the answers I was looking for. There was a whole book written about all these issues. I highly recommend the read. Revelations. Lucifer found out that you had to do to get kicked out. Okay, well, he organized a rebellion. But what I'm saying is that already happened. And everybody who gets up there now has read that story and they're like, oh, well, okay. Do they get up there and it's like suddenly they like, oh, now I see what's real. I don't know. It just seems like I always assumed once you got to heaven, you were good. Because check this out. I had this this religion teacher in high school who told me, I went to a Catholic high school on the south side of Chicago. And this teacher, he was a religion teacher. And he's like, a lot of people ask me why I am a fundamentalist. And here's his explanation. He goes, let's just say I die and I go to heaven and I'm in a boat and I'm fishing with Jesus. And he turns to me and looks and says, he goes, what would you rather have? Him turning to look at you and say, you didn't have to believe the Bible word for word. Those were parables. Those were examples. They were rules and guideposts on how you should live your life on earth. But I appreciate you going all in on the Bible. You just didn't have to go that hard. Okay? Or would you rather have him say, why didn't you believe what I told you? And in that moment, I'm like, so you're living your whole life to avoid one awkward moment? You're in a boat in heaven fishing with the VIP of the universe. I think you've gotten to a point. Like I can't even get a sit down with Stephen King a one-on-one, and he ain't nothing compared to the universe. So I just thought that was interesting, and that was his reason for being a fundamentalist. I just saying, like human reasoning, sort of leaves a little room to be desired. Some humans. Does someone have an extra arc of Ghoul in the Cape they want to part with or trade? An arc. I have an arc. I don't have an extra arc. That is like one of my favorite Mallerman titles. So, no, I don't. I'm sorry. I had a more phase. I would say he should benefit the most from the fall of Gaiman. Very similar writing styles and wit. Getting kicked out of heaven, dog ear the pages of the books in the library. Dude, you're right. Like if I was in heaven, I would be like, you did what to that book? You're out of here. I really enjoyed Fluke. Define extra. That's a good point. I could see the audience moving over to Moore's books. I haven't read anything of his in years. Time to look up his latest works. Like anything, you need to work at it continuously. I can't do anything continuously. 12 years of Catholic school was enlightening. I finally realized they were all, well, that I can't say that is Mark's opinion, but there are a lot of hypocrites. That's why I've always said I have a lot of respect for people who have faith, but I have very little respect for people in organized religion, the people running organized religions. Let me just say that. Because I think there's a lot of people, they get into this power structure and they get corrupted and they kind of do things for their own selfish ends and really are not the selfless leaders. Like, I mean, talk about the Catholic Church. A lot of people that don't belong in heaven are running the Catholic Church. So, but people who have faith, I have a lot of respect for. Tons. I think it's a good thing to have faith. But organized religion, no. Thumbs down. Thumbs down for me. Would not recommend. Writing a Yelp review on organized religion. The people running it anyway, like the priests and stuff. Yeah, so I have thoughts. I'm terribly behind on responses. I'm going to try to order the Russian version of Boys in the Valley. I've done business with that press before. So the Russian version of Boys in the Valley cover is amazing. So I agree with that. And that's the only reason you should buy it, because you're not going to be able to read it. Anyone who want in, I'm going to try to place the order in the next day. Kevin, if you get one, if you get in on this, I will get one. And I won't accept it free from you. So I'm in on that for you, with you. Yes. I will say, as a Christian, I'm amazed how much damage Christians have done. It's not great. No, it is not great. And I attribute that to, like, they're not real Christians. They're a bunch of hypocrites. So that's what I attribute it to. But these are books. We're not talking about the Bible. The Boys in the Valley that is on the Freaks page. Yes. I also ordered one from that page. Really? Hey, Chad's here. Good to see you, Chad. Chad Lutsky, man. In the First Church of the Jeff Word, Chad Lutsky is a patron saint. I'd go in on that, Kevin. I figure I would do a test run and let everyone know how it went, since no one had confirmed that site yet. Woo! Hiya, Couch. Got Jeff and Jason. Chad! We all need something to believe in. If it's a God, yourself, or multiple gods for that matter, doesn't really matter. Belief helps in tackling the shitty parts of living. Yeah, and I've seen a lot of people replace religion with a lot of bad things. I've seen people replace faith with a lot of bad things too. And I've seen people replace a lot of bad things with faith. I think there's something in the human brain that kind of looks for that something bigger than all of us, and tries to pin their hopes that something is in the works that's gonna benefit them someday. Something's looking out, something's providing justice, something's giving a safety net. And that's why the abyss is so terrifying. When you look into the nothing and all you see is nothing. Human brain just sort of fractures at that thought. Have you ever seen Father Ted? It's a British comedy from 1995 and very funny, especially for anyone who grew up Catholic. No, I never saw it. I think I should see it. I'll go in, Kevin. So Kevin's got Brandon too. Brandon, put him on the board. Funny you say that. My buddy that grew up in a French Catholic family loved Father Ted. Father Jack was my favorite. I'll have to look for it. Yeah, I think there is something that bonds us as growing up Catholic. It's an experience. Southside Irish Catholic it was an experience. Sinful altar boys. Yes. What else should I talk about? Oh, yes. Oh, this should have been like the thing I led with. I did the video. I'm going to upload it. I'm going to edit it. I have to edit it and then upload it maybe tomorrow. Night of the Long Knives is in the house, man. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful, beautiful book. I love it. Love it. I cannot wait to read it. This will definitely be a book club book. So I don't know when it will be. I think after Kin, it'll be probably Third Rule. But if it's not Third Rule, maybe it'll be Night of the Long Knives. Oh, Night of the Long Knives. And here it is. Tyler Jones, Ronald Malfi. And I heard that it's a really great intro from Malfi. Can't wait to read it. The artwork is awesome. That one, man, that one's crazy. I know who that is, and I know who it's supposed to be. And I gotta say, faith plays a very big part in this book. Excellent. Oh, I'm so happy to get it. And there's the wraparound DJ. This doesn't make sense to you right now. Oh, I got it upside down. It doesn't make sense to you right now, but if you've read it, this is so awesome. This dust jacket's so awesome. And then I guess there are 5 collectible postcards. I do what I do because I'm trying to make sense of the senseless. Very awesome. Tyler Jones signed it. So very, very stoked to read it again. I'm happy. It took a while to get to me, but now that it's here, Night of the Long Knives. Damn. So cool. So yes. Was Father Jack the drinker? He was great. Yeah. Do you have No, I did not get the Radical Folio slipcase, so I might work up to that. So not right now. No, I didn't order it yet. Yes, he was, and his favorite thing to say was "feck off." Can I say that? Is like saying the F word. I mean, I'm well past the losing the monetization portion. It's like within the first 30 seconds, I could think I drop F bombs, but I don't want to. Number one's on here. You don't want Russell might be on here. I don't know. Yes, he was. Oh, yeah. That's a sexy book. We were spoiled this year by Earthling with the release. Spoiled. And it's not over yet. Come with me. Little Heaven is still available. Little Heaven, come with me. Altman's Tongue by Brian Evenson is coming out very soon. Oh, and it's not even over yet. 2024 was amazing. But 2025's got so many prizes, so many wonderful surprises and kisses from Paul Miller. Butterfly Kisses. You don't get them from Paul? He doesn't come to your room and like blink his eye right on your cheek? Oh, do you like my books? I guess. I mean, I guess I thought it was normal. I thought it was part of the process. Um, awesome. Can't wait for the review video. Glad you finally got it. Yeah, that'll probably go up soon. I did a review for the story, so that's already up there. Tyler strikes me as a believer. Never asked him, but I get the feeling. Well, read it. I mean, I guess I gotta have Tyler on. He can answer that question himself, but um I don't speak to I don't really know, actually, really fully. But I agree. I know what you're saying, and I agree. Definitely the intro could be a standalone chat book. Set the tone in a great way. Oh wow. You haven't read it? I thought you read the arc. It's amazing. I didn't know if it was in the arc, but I got to read it. I will. I'll probably read it on my reread. I caved and got Little Heaven. So good. Glad I didn't miss out. Paul is killing. Oh, that's awesome. Yes. I'm not at the Butterfly Kisses Patreon level for Earthling. Maybe I need to upgrade. Yeah, he just comes in, tucks you in this. He reads you a little chapter of something he's got coming out. He's like, okay, good night. And he comes in like real close with his eyelashes. I forgot Butterfly Kisses were part of the Serafina pre-order. Okay. That was it. I signed like 300 SIG sheets for Rapture today. Ooh, Rapture. Yes. 300. Wow. Did he at least send you a beer, Philip? To like, a little something, Yes, that Brother's Keeper. Oh, I cannot wait to get that. Mitch is like killing it with these chat books. And Not My Story. I did the intro for Evenson's book. Yeah. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I mean, it is pretty awesome to get another FRACASSI signature, not going to lie. And I've never read Brian Evenson, even though I have Altman's Tongue coming to me. Mitch, it better be good, man. It better be awesome, or I'll be pissed. Did you give each SIG Butterfly Kisses, or just the lettered ones? No payment was made in beer or in cash. I'm resentful. Well, this is a place to out him, Philip. I can't offer you the full therapeutic release, but at least you can out him here in his favorite local dive book bar. This is where he goes, where everybody knows his name. And now they all know he's lame. You want to see where people know your shame. I'm getting ready for my parting toast. That Mitch, man. No payment, huh? And he's not even here tonight. I get to let my anger at Mitch flow publicly. Yeah, you do. You do. Flow it. Tap that vein. And Philip, a writing prompt on the channel tonight. What do you got to do to get kicked out of heaven? You lived your whole life. You made it to heaven. How do you get kicked out? What does it take? And why would you do that? If you did everything right and you made it, I think that's a good prompt. Good short story. Flash fiction. How Jeff Terry got kicked out of heaven. I mean, I'm not going to make it, but I can't offer you the full therapeutic release. That's what the massage parlor told me. I don't know. I think he's redoing his floors. I bet you does he got the buds in? Like he's listening to us and he's crying a little bit and tears are getting on the floor. I don't know. Should we come up with a new nickname for Mitch? Maybe like Mitch's? No. Maybe heaven is boring. Maybe. A story set in heaven would be interesting. It kind of gets at that Stephen King story, Afterlife. About a guy on his way to the afterlife. And then there's that movie, which is great. It's James Brooks. And is it Meryl Streep? Defending Your Life. I love that movie. I mean, it's not a deep movie, but it does Give you some stuff to think about. But a movie where somebody gets kicked out of heaven, like what do you do? It could be really lame. It could be stupid. I don't know. The answer is stealing donuts. Yes. I think the greatest sin is being boring. At least on earth, it seems you get rewarded. You have to be you could be nice, you could be pure, you could be, but if you're boring, that's like the sin in this social media driven world. If you're boring, you're cast out of society. And humans cast out the boring. And they only make space for boring people if they're useful to them in some capacity, but they don't want to associate. So if humans are modeled on the maker and we are all part of that, then watching human behavior, I would think if you get to heaven and you're boring, they're like, we're done with you. Just, you didn't add anything. You don't bring anything to the VIP lounge. You're an imposter. I have a feeling there would be a lot of politics in heaven. That's what I'm saying. Like it is like, for example, no matter what Bill Clinton did to who, he's going to heaven because he's interesting. He's accomplished. He's a silver-tongued guy. And so he didn't commit the gravest sin of all of being vanilla. You get to heaven and find out there's no beer there. Then you will want to get this. See, that's a good twist, Lance. You get to heaven and you look for reasons to get kicked out. It's not that you got kicked out. It's that you tried to get kicked out. You found the ways to get kicked out. That's interesting. If there's a heaven, you'll be the not me number one. Heaven Can Wait is one of my all-time favorite movies. I don't really recall it. Who was in it? Who was in that? I mean, it's like ringing distant bells. No beer in heaven? Pass. I'm not a big wine drinker. I like wine. I like beer. I like wine. I like stouts most of all. And now because of Fracassi, I'm a scotch drinker. It is Fracassi's fault. Anyone see Upload? You can buy your way to a better heaven. That is, the Pope used to sell that, papal indulgences. You could buy a ticket to heaven. Not a stairway, but a ticket. I think it would be more authoritarian. Warren Beatty. Yes, Warren Beatty. I almost said Robert Redford. Warren Beatty. Yep, he's a quarterback for the Rams. Great movie. Jesse is spamming the buttons. Ugh, indulgences. Don't even get me started. You know how much money I spent on indulgences? And you know it was Pope Chismar that was selling those indulgences. He promised me 20% off the next Bible. What else do I have to talk about? Swan Song is imminent. We talked about that. Oh, the Leviathan. Yes, and then Brian James Freeman wrote a Levidian post talking about the paperback prices. He must make, like, he makes no money on paperback books, but he did a big print Leviathan paperback. I just got it in the mail, and it is worth it. If you're going to read Leviathan and you're of a certain age, don't, just get the big print. It's not large print. It's like human size print. We talked about the Stan drama. Man. Night of Long Knives. I'm watching Squid Games. And then also I found my Space Ghost Coast to Coast DVDs. Absolute favorite show. Cartoon Network. Adult Swim. Space Ghost Coast to Coast. I cleaned the garage. That is the Coast to Coast lounge now. I got Space Ghost going 24/7 on the TV every weekend. Ugh. I don't know why that was important to tell you guys, but I want to. I can't believe you put Pope and Chismar in the same sentence. Indulgences, buy one, get one free on Sundays. Loki demands my attention. Johnny Quest was my go-to show. Thank you all for being here. Oh, I'm going to do my parting toast. This will probably kill the Ardbeg. That's okay. I got more. We're pouring this out. Oh, just enough for a parting toast. For everybody going through the storm, just know you're going to be better on the other side. There you go. Woo! Home movies for life. Steph and I just watched American Primeval. It was pretty good. Ultraviolence. Is it new, Philip? Adam West could voice any cartoon character and it would be the best ever. It wasn't Adam West voicing Space Ghost. Good night. See everyone next week. Take it easy. Good night, John. The original film was called Here Comes Mr. Julian Jordan. It was about a boxer, not a football player. Both Pope and Chiz talks about ethereal things. Have a great night, Robert. Night all. Yeah, American Primeval is new. Good night all. I will check it out. Thank you for stopping by, Philip. Let us know how the book is selling and get out there and get one. I don't know. I don't know if there's like a few left, 4. Maybe there's only 4 left. Do not miss Third Rule. That, there's some books that come along and they have the deluxe editions and they're like, yeah, that'd be great to have. I'd love to have that book. And then there's ones once in a while. It's like the best, like for me, Butcher Boy, Don't Let Them Get You Down. Those were like, I need that book. Now, Third Rule isn't literary in that way, but it was a book that, yes, I have to have that book. Swan Song, have to have that book. So every once in a while, there is one, and this is it. And so you might not feel this as powerfully as I do, but it is a really fantastic book. Go get it. Wait, update. A bit less than half sold through 2 days. That blows my mind. A bit less than half. $375 is half. And a bit less than $375? Wow. So like 370 copies. That's crazy. That is really crazy. Huh. It just shows like I don't really know the market as much or the demand or is it just a matter of not getting out there? Like you can't post about it in books of horror, but I mean, you could. Small, limited, awesome would be my next. I did it there. The small press collectors group, I'll do it there. Like, why would you? I don't know. That's just crazy to me. Crazy. Wow. I don't know any. I'm just going to assume from here on out that. And then here, like, I assume that the books won't sell out, like Alice in Wonderland from Centipede Press, sold out in 15 minutes. 19 minutes, it sold out. And I'm like, oh, we got time. Don't worry. We can find it. No. And here, this one I thought would blink out. I thought John Dies at the End would sell really fast. So I just don't know. I just don't get it. American Primeval is pretty good so far, just getting into it. Over 300, not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. No, it's definitely not bad. Definitely not bad. But just kind of surprising. I think the market has slowed down recently. It has. It has. And here's the thing. It's not a long wait for this book. So it's not like, I don't know, whatever. Well, here's the thing. It'll come out and people will see it in the wild. People will be talking about, what's this new book that everybody's showing on Facebook? And then, I'll see if they have any left. 150. Yeah, it'll get people off the fence maybe. I think a $150 book is tough for a lot of folks. There's a paperback. Yeah, I know. Do you know what the next PS Publishing King release is? No. Does anybody? I don't know that. Doomakey? Is it Doomakey? I don't really know. That's a decent amount in 2 days. These will sell once sci-fi fanatics get wind of it. Yes. Yeah, I think the price right now is tough. We're a bit biased, Jeff. We know Philip and his works, so we know. I know. But he's been getting a lot of good buzz, and overall, if you just went by what you skimmed off of books of horror and other places about Boys in the Valley, especially, or Child Alone with Strangers. I remember seeing a lot of talk about that, and it's all been positive. But just like not a deep dive, just the surface impression that the buzz gives you, it makes you think, yeah, these are great books, and he's a great author. And I've seen a lot of positivity. So I just kind of thought, um, the Broken Binding one might go a lot quicker price point. Yes, a lot quicker price point and a lower maybe print run, because that's like 500, right? Um, I'm impressed at almost half sold in 2 days. Really great press and reviews going for Philip. Doomakey pass. I don't know that, but P.S. I thought they might be doing it. I know I'm really late, but hello anyway. Hello, Russell. Good to see you. And we're about to sign off. Who you got winning the Super Bowl? The Eagles. I can't spell the Eagles.